Hello students, as today I is going to be telling you all about every fruit ninja that there is, as we've never actually talked about their attack and about them and their health. It's very good to talk about all the fruit ninjas because they're important characters. We must always talk about them. Let's get started, shall we? The Strawberry Twins. The Strawberry Twins are kind of interesting, as they were the first to ever appear in the Turtle Gang, as they have 175 health, and pretty much every fruit ninja has attack as any. Normally their attack is kind of randomized, as the Strawberry Twins like to work together and fight with each other, as they are brother and sister. The one with the bandana up is GC, who is a boy, and CG with the bandana down is a girl. As sometimes some can get a bit confused with each other, but they are both brother and sister, so they are both different. Yes, Mr. Apple. As Mr. Apple is the only apple. There is another type of apple, but they're kind of different to him, as Mr. Apple is more like an engineer type. He has 200 health and his attack is randomized, as quite a lot of fruit ninjas are. He is interesting and also has a brother called B Apple, as they are both engineers, both use guns, both use hammers, and both use sentry guns. They're pretty much similar to the engineer you see in that one game. Don't remember its name, but you know what I mean. He's a cool apple, he is. Oh yes, Courage. Yes, Courage is like a heavy fruit ninja. He's brave like a hero, has 300 health, and attack is randomized. He's always out there to always revenge his hometown, as he's pretty much like the main character, but he isn't really the main character, but he's always trying to help his friends out and pretty much save the day. He's always there to help. That is pretty much Courage, as he has lots of cousins too. No brothers, just cousins. No idea why. He also has a second form too. Pretty crazy. Boomy. Boomy and Smokey are the only bombs in the Turtle Gang. They aren't as very popular, and they both have 100 health, and attack is pretty much attack or any. I can't remember what their attack was. Sometimes they don't really get mentioned very as much, but they're the only bombs. They haven't got very much population in them, and not very much description, but they are quite explosive, and they're pretty much like the characters of Fruit Ninjas that really much give you the game over screen. That's pretty much why all the other fruits don't really like them really much. But they're both brothers, and you can get 3 types of bombs really. You can get a big giant bomb fruit ninja, a medium-sized bomb fruit ninja, and you get a tiny bomb fruit ninja that can go in your bag or other things. That's pretty much the bombs. Craig. Craig was a strange fruit ninja, as he was an ordinary pineapple, just like Courage, who is also his cousin. He was once an ordinary pineapple, then got taken away by the Costa Gang. The Costa Gang then fed him some chocolate that was actually coffee-tized. He then turned into a hypnotized pineapple, but later on in the episodes he then became the good fruit ninja. He seems to be more energized and more stronger, as he has 450 health, and attack is any, like any other really. And he has been heard to be more fast than Courage, more stronger than Courage, but mostly They're both just pineapples, but for Craig, he's more like a cursed fruit ninja, or a crazed fruit ninja. He's more crazy. But he's interesting. But some say he also came from another planet, where other like crazy fruit ninjas come from. But some say that maybe it's just a Costa gang that did it. We do not know. Ah yes, Jeb. Jeb is kind of funny these days, but sometimes they just call him the bowling ball because he mostly has this one attack he mostly uses that is like a bowling ball. Mostly knocks out some of the enemies and sometimes send them flying. I wasn't too sure who came second after him. Was it Oreo? I mean not Oreo, I mean like Be Orange or Be Apple. Not sure, but we all know that Jeb was the first one. And also Jeb has 500 health or 550 and attack is any, as he has sometimes firework moves and bowling ball move. Sometimes he also like jumps into the air and squishes the enemy, but he hasn't got that many attacks. But he's fine with it, and that is just Jeb. Ah, ho ho! Be Orange and Oreo. Be Orange and Oreo are the only oranges in the Turtle Gang, as one of them is a wizard and one of them is just a speedy fruit ninja. As Be Orange is like the only like magical fruit ninja that uses magic, as he has 250 health, and Oreo only has 100. Oreo is the only one that seems to have done 25 damage. He's very weak, but he does need a lot of training for some time, as they're both brothers, except for more of Oreo, he's just more of a little child fruit ninja, as every keyring fruit ninja is a child. There is other tiny keyring fruit ninjas, but we don't really found them yet. They're both also like well, not magical, but they're both like fast with their attacks. Like Be Orange is fast with his magic, and Oreo is more fast with his charging power. Oh yes, Be Apple. For some reason Be Apple wanted to take a picture with his Christmas hat on, no idea why. Maybe because it's December, but it is just the 5th. As Be Apple has got the same attacks to Mr. Apple, because they're both brothers and they're both engineers. Except Be Apple is more health than him and more bigger. Some say Be Apple is like almost the size as a baby. No idea, but he's kind of like almost the same size as a baby. Be Apple has also got 500 health, and Be Apple is also the second biggest fruit ninja in the gang, but there's another fruit ninja that is bigger than him. And yes, Be Apple is also the third fruit ninja that is also red. No idea why I said that, just that there's not very much about him, because he's similar to Mr. Apple. And his attack is also any, if you want to know. Bee Banana. Bee Banana is kind of special, as Bee Banana has attack any and 350 health. As Bee Banana's attacks are like a boomerang. Bee Banana is also the only banana, but it's also cousins with Courage. As it seems, every yellow fruit ninja seems to be cousins with Courage. I don't know why, it's just some reason the same colour, well not the same colour, it's just for some reason they're all cousins, no idea. But also, Bee Banana is also a girl too. As you didn't know, CG isn't the only girl fruit ninja. There used to be, but then when Bee Banana came along, there was now 2 girl fruit ninjas. And is the only biggest girl fruit ninja around. And is also only the one who's tallest. Not the biggest, just the tallest. This is one of my favourites. Pickaroo. Pickaroo is a really super rare fruit ninja, as you can hardly find Pickaroo. He's a pair, and is also one of Courage's cousins, again, and has 1,000 health, and attack is any, pretty much, or was it 100? I don't remember. As Pickaroo is a god fruit ninja, he is rare and normally all the bombs declared him extinct. But it seemed that one survived, as he must have hid. All other pairs seem to have died because they were so overpowered and too strong. But after the war, all the bombs seemed to have realized that there was one left, and his name was Pickaroo. He is also a giant fruit ninja, and is super rare to find. You can hardly find him, as he was really hard to find. It took Harvey years to find him, and then they found him. And then he was part of the Toro gang and the best. Ah yes, almost forgot about these two special new guys. These two are Mr. Strophe and Adrian. They pretend to be like players from Fortnite, as they hold bombs and pistols. They act like they are, but they're kinda useless, as they have only 100 health and attack as any, and they mostly only fight on a fort or high ground. They don't really like being on the land because they always keep on panicking and then get knocked out instantly. They're not as good, but they're alright with long range. They're pretty much only used for long range really much, as they're good with their shooting and their exploding. But they're still sort of useless. They're kind of on the next to the row of the bombs, really. Like, it's sad they're kind of put on the low row, but they're a new type of species, as we like to call them, the Fortnite fruit ninjas, because that's what they pretty much do.